Yo, so welcome back. It's the day two of the Raw podcast, self podcast. So today I have this book, Do Epic It. It's been a while I have read it, so check out some highlights that I highlighted when I read it first time. So this book is by Ankur Warikoo. By the way, I like this book a lot. That's crazy shit. Let's check out some highlights. This book is divided into six parts, and the chapter one was success or failure, chapter two was habits, three was awareness, four was internship, five was money, and six was relationships. So let's see what's in this. There are many quotes in this book by Ankur Warikoo. Let me read one. Time goes away and leaves us with one of the following two things: regret and results. Time just passes away. It don't it don't can't never stops for anybody anyone. Another quote: you are what you do, not what you say you will do. You are the thing that you are currently doing. Not you just say I will do it next year, after 2 months, after that time, or something. Commitments are nothing if not backed up with actions. Yeah, you commit, I will go to gym from tomorrow. I will wake up from 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. next morning. This, that. First, do it, do the action, then say you did it. Else, that doesn't matter what you are doing. Luck is eventually happens when your hard work yield results. Yeah, I personally have a very low belief in luck factor because if you put so much time, energy, and effort right in the right direction, it will lead results. That's the rare case that you may say that let's see your exam is on some date and you prepared a lot hard with a lot hard work and you are absolutely great prepared for that exam, but on that exam day you may fall ill, may get accident, etc. So that's a coincidence, nothing more. But if you say I was prepared well, extremely well, and my result, I fucked up my exam, that maybe you have not prepared well. Like if you say मुझसे एग्जाम में नहीं हुआ, that means you are not prepared for the exam. You have not learned how to handle the pressure in the time based manner in that exam. That's also part of your preparation. You just say I revised physics, chemistry, math, all those things, but have not given enough tests so that you have you have overcome the fear of giving exams, and you go to exam and fuck up the exam. That's totally you are responsible for that. We have just one life. Why it live with one identity? The world will constantly be defining success and failure for you. Realizing this is what self called self awareness. The pro is one who chooses discipline. Yes. Our emotions and feelings are temporary. We think of them as permanent. Yeah. Something happened to you, someone made you upset. First of all, why you are upset of because of someone? Because maybe you are emotionally attached or somewhat, but you are upset because of something else that you can't control, and someone came and made you upset. That's also your choice. You are upset because of you, not the other person. Our emotions are so fleeting and temporary. Like, if I am currently in happy, like serious, anything, recording this video, normal mood, and some meteor came into my house and boom, everything destroyed, maybe we will be sad or many things will happen. But see, emotions are not as thing that we always think that, oh, I'm sad, lonely. That's not gonna be your whole life. You will not sad. We will not sad for that's a part of your life, and this is the time, and it will pass. Like yesterday, we were in the row one show, row hashtag one, and we discussed about the story of a king that this time shall pass, this time shall to pass. ये समय भी है निकल जाएगा. Hmm. The only template you need to follow is learning how to belch out of comfort zone. Don't get comfortable. Comfort zone, the enemy of your dreams, the enemy of you, the enemy of your success, the enemy of the better you. Passion is signing up for a hard work because not choosing it would be harder. Like, this is the thing I got to know from Sahil Bloom. He says we always we always have to choose the hard things. We have only the hard choices to choose in this life. Like, choosing to lay on this bed is also a hard thing to do. Choosing not to choose what's the right thing is also hard to you. It may seem that you are comfortable within time flees like as like in second, hours go by. If you just spend time on social media, etc., you feel comfortable, but that's also hard because after that you feel that regret. If you have some sense and have some ambition, or some kind of some you think something about future, so you will regret it later, or you maybe that's also a hard thing to do. But if you do the right thing for you and what's currently important at the current present at this moment, you will not regret it. That's hard in initial, but eventually make you happy. You Once you succeed, people see only success. If you fail, they see only fears. They don't see the journey, only you do. It is this journey that your life was lived. If you think of that only results, you may or may not succeed. You may think of the result and end point. That's not the thing that you will reach there. You may reach there by thinking of results, but if you love the process and be in the process of grinding, training, efforting, learning, executing, planning, and if you execute and love this process, you will eventually get its results. That's the thing. If you often worry about people will think of you, you will often end up doing what people you want you to do. Hmm. If you don't decide what you're gonna do, then someone else will decide what you will gonna do. Ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want? What do you want? And act upon that. There is a temporary discomfort in doing the unconventional. There is permanent discomfort in living life as template. Ankur Warikoo made plenty of mistakes in his 20s, and he have wrote all this in his book. Let's check out, read them. Mistake number one: just because you are good at something doesn't automatically make you happy doing it. Mistake two: it was not you do, but you are. The internet defines you. It's not what you do, but who you are underneath that defines you. The best gift you can give yourself and others is to take care of your happiness. If you will be happy and take care of your happiness by doing the right thing, and believe me, if you do the right thing, and eventually at the end of the day, when you will go for that good night's sleep, lay on your bed and think of what you did the whole day, and if you fuck up the day with doing bullshit tasks like that are not even tasks, that's totally bullshit, scrolling on social media, watching reels, YouTube shorts, comedy videos, etc., etc., total time waste. At total time waste, you will regret a lot. But instead, if you did the right thing, and you must experience it your own. Just do the right thing for the whole day, lay on your bed at the night, and think of what you did. How much satisfaction and relief and relaxed you will feel on that night. And I tried, I really tried hard to please people. I wanted to like them, to think highly of me, to speak highly of me. If your happiness depends on external validation, then your happiness depends on something you do not control. Yeah, I go again. This comes on what's about. If your happiness depends on external validation, then your happiness depends on something that you don't control, and something that you don't control. If that is not the way you think, then you will get upset, upset automatically, because that's the thing that in your not in your hand and you can't control it. What's the point, even the point of putting your time thinking in that? Instead, think of this way, like, how can I fix this, and what's in your hand to control and do for the current situation. You can't lie on a stage. The audience will know what is within your heart. Listening to someone without judgment or prescription is the most precious gift you can give someone. Yes. No one owes you their time and money. You earn it every day by your work. If you don't ask, the answer is no. This is the really quote that I loved a lot. Yeah, that's it. That's the quote I loved a lot. Wow. This is a quote really hit me. Like, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. Like, let's take a relationship example. If you like someone and never reach out to them and think of them like, one day she will come and we will be automatically something happen, and yeah, but that's not the case. If you never, if you have to do something and you never show up first, that's not gonna be automatic. That's only will be a coincidence, like it happened or just some shit, but that's rare. If you don't ask, the answer is no. Think of yourself. Isn't that true? I wish everyone could get rich and famous and everything they ever dreamed so they can see that answer. Jim Carrey. I wish everyone could get rich and famous and everything they ever dreamed of so they can see that's not the answer. Yeah, rich and being famous isn't that the ultimate goal or ultimate place you will end up. Yes, same Sushant Singh Rajput. He was a brilliant guy in academics, in other curricular activities, but after reaching on that stage, he also don't get something extraordinary happiness or something like that. If you love your work, love what you do, then that doesn't matter how many fucking Instagram following do you have. Some of the mistakes of Ankit Wariko in his 30s, let's check them out. Time is the only thing that matters. Everything else can wait. Yeah, time is the thing that will not never wait for you. It is constantly passing every second and every minute, every hour. It's just passing out, and you can't do anything about it. You just can do your work in the time that you are currently with left over with you. Nothing much more. Part 2, habits. Let's check them out. Habits build up, goals lay us barren. The trick to working up early is not waking up early, it's the sleeping on time. If you are sleeping on like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and think that you will wake up at morning 4, that's not the case. You will gonna wake up at morning 10, maybe. And if you even wake up at 4 a.m. by somehow alarm app, so powered up alarm like something, no promotion. But if you wake up for after sleeping at 2 a.m., you will fuck up that next day totally. You will fuck up the next day. And if you wake up at 10 after sleeping at 2, that's already fucked up. Waking up early fizzles out. Sleeping on time is what flourishes. Share your journey, document journey, narrate your journey. Your story is valuable, maybe you don't see it. You have a moral responsibility to share. Another quotes are like this: curiosity has created more opportunities than hard work ever will. You have to be curious. Curiosity is a thing that will eventually make you learn something new, will force you and ask you to do something that you love to do, and totally eventually, mm, if you are curious, show interest in things that you like, most of them not in total bullshit, like laying on this bed for the whole day. That's not that. Who is curious to lay on this bed whole day? If you are curious, then you lay for 1 day, 2 day, and if you are laying this for a whole year on this fucking bed, that's not gonna that you should do. There are other plenty of things that you should give a fuck about. Habits hire us forever and take us higher. Yeah. Whereas targets tame us and leave us clueless, often we achieve them. When we choose the meaning of our struggle, we choose it instead of using us. Yeah, another quote that I really find nice from this book was, before you assume, try this crazy thing. Ask. We make a really lot of assumption, and that's a bias in the humans, that we assume many things, like वो तो ऐसा ही होगा, उसकी शक्ल देख के लग रहा है ऐसा है, वो पक्का डकैत मिलेगा, चोर मिलेगा साला. But that's not the case. He may be really good. Don't go on the facial expression of people. A lot of time we are wrong in that. Asking is the best thing to do before making assumptions. Like we sometimes assume that we do something like this, and the other person may get very think very good about us, but that's the possible case. That thing may be totally opposite of that. You doesn't never know. You may be right sometimes, but you will be wrong many times. Asking is the best thing to do before making assumptions. You would not get out of religiousness for something that you want to do. We do not need more productivity hacks. We don't need more productivity hacks. We need to spend more time with ourselves doing what we want to do. Just noting down the productivity tips and tactics. Wait a second. Nothing. The best form of writing is the one that is written neither out of fear nor with the willingness to share. And on writing your thoughts and articulating what you feel, what you know, what you do, what you want to express, I think, and without sharing, like if I write on paper and put in my desk, someone out of nowhere come and check out my desk and find the paper, I really feel very sad or something like that. But if I write online, that I would suggest to use Notion. Use it by your own. You will know what I'm saying. To start the habit of reading books, read books that you will enjoy, not books that the world thinks should be reading. You should not read you should not read books by seeing someone else reading list. You must read the books that you love and find interesting. The three things that will tell you what you consider as important in life: your first hour after you wake up, your last hour before you sleep, and your calendar. These are the things that will tell you what you consider as important in your life. Maintaining a calendar. Google Calendar is a great tool if you care about your time. You may plan, organize, schedule things in that, and keep you on track. Just keep you on track. But that's take effort and energy in maintaining and doing so. But if you do, you will get a result. Like you will get a lot of good results out of that. Daily progress is not about becoming an expert in your field. It's developing the mindset that progress is a way of living. It's like breathing. We really stop to acknowledge it, but we breathe every second. We would die without it. Reading books will not make you smart. Watching motivational videos will not make you driven. Writing will not make your thoughts clear. We are not shaped by these things. We are shaped by stories we tell ourselves. We are what I repeat, we are shaped by the stories we tell ourselves. Stop telling stories to yourself. Be real with yourself and must do the right action, right thing that you must do. Thoughts and thoughts are powerful when they are converted into actions. Thoughts are powerful when they are converted into action. If you have ideas and you are not executing those ideas, that will not take you anywhere. You will stuck in the current situation and fuck up the whole thing. Without action, they are simply broken promises. We know to show that we are listening, but we are not listening to the opposite person. Instead, we are listening to our mind telling what to say. Most of the time, when someone else is speaking to us, we might think of like what I should reply to this person, say next thing, instead of properly listening to him or her in that particular situation. We just think like, oh, this say me this, and what I have to reply to this person. We are making all this in our mind, but we must wait as for a second minute and listen to the other person what they are saying. Your attendance does not define your discipline, your attention does. Yeah. Like if you're studying in a classroom or something and you are sitting there, that doesn't mean you are in there. You may be in your thoughts, wandering out with your uh, female friend or something like that, but that doesn't make you present at that current situation. Like sometimes teachers say, "Hey, where are you? Aren't you in the class?" And you just like, "Oh, like where am I? I'm in the class. I was just wandering around in my thoughts, doesn't listening to teacher." That happens sometimes. You may relate. Who you spend time with will define the stories you hear. The stories you hear will define the stories in your head. The stories in your head will define you. Choose who you spend time with wisely. Choose your friends wisely. Choose your mates wisely. Choose your environment wisely. Choose the things that you can control and make the right and correct out of that as much as you can. Comfort is a destination, trying more is a path. To get the next level of destination of comfort, if you stay stuck just one destination comfort, we forget our home happiness. Another quote: no step is small as long as it is headed the direction of where we want to go. In society that is obsessed with hard work and career success, seeking boredom is in act as a rebellion. Rebellion. You become like the people you spend your time with, online or offline. If you chat with shitty people, be it or talk with shitty people online or offline, and acknowledge, be with them, doing all these shitty talks, things, debating on fucked up topics, you will not end up anywhere. Just you are wasting your time, nothing more than that. Part 3: Awareness. If everyone did it, it would not need to be said. Doing the things that are the most important are the things that will make you important. Most of my decisions in life were not made by because of the confidence of decision. They were made by because of the awareness of the situation. Decisions are not for decoding destinations. Decisions are for deciding the path you want to demonstrate next. See, listen this one. Emotional debt has killed more people than the financial debt ever will. Like the depth of never saying I love you to your parents, the depth of never apologizing to the friend who was always there for you, like the depth of never living for happiness because you were busy in pleasing others. That's the emotional depth that killed more than people the financial debt ever will. If you're unsure between the two choices, picking both is almost always the wrong response. Picking one teaches, picking both confuses. Another quote that's really provoking, like fear has led to more procrastination than ever laziness ever will. Fear has led to more procrastination than laziness ever will. We many times just out of fear procrastinate on the things that we must do. We think that the subject is hard and we can't study it, and we never start studying it. If we ever start, try to understand is putting aside your fear and thinking that oh, I can't learn that or something like that. If you if we even try putting some efforts into that, we will end up getting better at it and not feeling that the starting is the key. If you start with a mindset like this, that I can learn, this is a skill and I can learn in it, then you can do it. Just start doing it. Your self-talk determines your self-worth. If you always say horrible things to you that you can't do, that you don't, that you are a bullshit people, you are a total fool and fucked up being, then this will damage you a lot. You must at least you own self must say positive and great things to yourself. Yeah, I know that you are not special, but you can be special. You can reach the destination that you will be special. While looking at ourselves in the mirror, we can change the story we tell ourselves. Yeah, in front of mirror, we are what we actually are. We are seeing the real we in front of, like in physical aspects, the totally we are seeing what we are. Mirror never, like if it's a plain mirror and okay, it's a concave convex, that's the another thing. But if you are in front of plain mirror, you tell me, isn't it the real image of you are seeing? How much workout effort you do, how much you think you are good capable of, or the thing. If you are not, you can be capable. Just start in the direction of being capable of something, like for an examination, just go and study. That's the thing will take you from some point to a higher point. If you just sit if you just sit down and think of that, making plans whole day, making plan of a year, and just next day you get ill, that will fuck up the whole plan. Even the last day that you made the plan is got fucked up by your illness. And that's not the point of the whole plan of a year. Just write down the goals that you want to accomplish in the end of this year, and only make the plan the next day before sleeping on the night, last day night. The things that you want to accomplish the next day will be a will lead to you get many results, and accomplishing them is totally a great thing to do. If you don't move, you have already made the wrong decision. Movement brings momentum. Stagnation amplifies sadness. You think you have time. However, the only thing you don't have is time. You always think you have plenty of time, but you regret it after you lost it. Priorities get published prima facie, procrastination get prompted over to the problems. Private priorities. If you act upon your real priorities in the day, you will end up being a lot happy at the end of the day. And if you repeat it for a year, that year will be most great year of your life. Maybe most decisions in life are reversible, but we assume that they are set in stone. The second we think decisions are reversible, we are start giving spontaneity a chance. Knowing when to say no and saying it is a life skills. If you're authentic, if you are truly yourself all the time, you do not have to any competition. No one can ever beat you at being you. If you just compete yourself, then you don't need to compare what Samaji Ladka is doing. You just do what you do. You are doing. If you are doing better than yesterday, your version of yesterday, then that's the great thing. You are on a right path. If you just do even a bit more than what you did yesterday, in a positive sense and in respect of your priorities, goals, and things you want to accomplish. If you do so, you will get some great miracles happening to you. We always have two choices, the easy one and the hard one. I suggest you and advise you to choose hard one. You will be much happier to accomplish it. Yeah, I just said, and it is on the next page, that if you truly want to compare yourself, compare it with your yesterday ones. The most dangerous people in the world are not the one who are ignorant. They are the one who believe to ignorant but believe are right. I face such people. Oh God. The way to respond to the world is the way teach the world how to treat you. You do not control the world says about you. You control what you say when the world says something about you. Yeah. The distance between I could have and I have is regret. The hardest thing in this world is to telling yourself that it's not hard at all. It's not hard to wake up, it's not hard to make money, it's not hard to approach stranger, it's not hard to express love, it's not hard to send cold emails, it's not hard to ask for a raise, it's not hard to ask question, it's not hard to voice your opinion. What's hard is convincing your mind that it's not hard, that you can do it. Loss is a result, fear is input. The greatest illusion is that life should be perfect. Some always We always think of that if everything is perfect on place, on time, the, on the place that it should be, then your life is. But that's not con is that not the case? That is not the case. Things go wrong. Things not always right. Like life is a form of suffering, and to avoid the suffering, it's also a kind of suffering. See, the thing is, you can be perfect, approach tend to be perfect, but you will not perfect at all the time, at every situation, at every moment. You can't be perfect. You are a human being, will make mistakes. इंसान को गलतियों का पुतला है. So don't believe that life is perfect at all the times and will be perfect at some point of time. That's not gonna. You will have problems at the current time. You are having problems on another level. If you are above your current situation, you will at that situation you have different set of problems. And if your current situation is this and you are below that, after some time, that's also some more problems that you will face there. Life is not gonna perfect. Don't accept it to be the perfect, but try at your best what you can do and what's in your hand. That's the thing that you can do. There are many much more lessons in this book, but for now it's enough. Overall, a nice book by Ankur Wariku. I also read the second part, Get Epic Done. That's the day book of another day. So for today, it's 41 minutes and I'm feeling better than yesterday facing this camera. Eventually, I will be good at this. So, it's enough for today. Let's meet on some another day. Till then, bye bye. Yeah.